Oh, buddy, I was scrolling Netflix like a inside individual, and I stumbled across the show Haunted Hotel. And it might not be the show for me, like preferences and whatnot, but I feel like this is a good opportunity to mention how I really don't like the modern way of writing. the modern the modern problems like are basically just triple fold in this show, and it's just ridiculous. It's almost impossible to watch. But while suffering through it, I found some things that I didn't like about it, which is excellent. Well, I watched the first 3 episodes with open heart. I wanted to see what it was about because I kind of like animated shows, but it's so unimaginative and bad. Like, the concept is just worse than like 1,000 different shows. Like, if you wanted to see a comedy show where they're stuck in the same kind of setting over and over again and the same characters making jokes, then you might as well watch like The Simpsons or Family Guy, because that is just funnier than the show. And if you want to watch a show with actual story to it, then you should just watch Gravity Falls. This show has nothing in it that makes it better from anything else. It's legit just... It feels like a money shill kind of... Everyone worked together as a collaborative team and was like, what if we made a story about all these different creative concepts that other people have created, combine them and make it watered down and worse? And that's what they did. They agreed to do that. But, actually, I'll just give you a bit of a rundown, I guess. So it's a story about a family who just moved into a haunted house, I guess, a haunted hotel. And they're having trouble getting guests because the house is full of ghosts, but the ghosts aren't that important. The more important part of the show is the characters, I guess, and what they do, and seeing how they act, basically, to different situations. But like, so there's the mum and there's the 2 kids. The mum is like a divorced woman who is supposed to be like the main character, has the most screen time, and I guess does the most stuff. And then you have the two kids, which one of them's this little wimpy kid. So he basically he's like the bullyable character. So he's kind of like if Dipper, but he doesn't have any skills. Yeah, so imagine Dipper from Gravity Falls, but 0 skills. So he's bad with girls. He is he folds under pressure very easily. Actually, no, Dipper doesn't. It's like, yeah, he's basically just the simp form of Dipper, but anyway. So that's his character. And then the sister is a kind of, she's the more skilled version. She's the Dipper, basically. She knows all the stuff in the house, all the haunted stuff. She knows dark magic, apparently. And and she basically can do anything and has no character growth, but she's just more competent than the brother and is much more impulsive and money driven, I guess, profits driven. And then you've got the brother of the mum, and he is, how can I explain this? He's like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. He's like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, but instead of how Ned Flanders had a religion and a family and had some backbone in some of the episodes, it's like if Ned Flanders literally always acted insufferable. He was always just, oh yeah, you need help with that, but he's also useless at the same time, where Ned Flanders is like also helpful. Like, he's annoyingly helpful, Ned Flanders, but this guy's like, he tries to be helpful like Ned Flanders, but he's also terrible at everything. And he doesn't have any goals, he doesn't have anything. He's just a character that sits around, waiting to be told what to do and what to think. And he's just basically the biggest sucker of the entire show. But he doesn't do anything. And he's supposed to be the previous owner of the hotel. But his sister just bosses him around the whole time. So, excellent. Which is the mom. But the main... Which, I guess, all my points so far have kind of underlined one of the problems. That there is a... that the gender roles in this story are just absolutely messed up. Well, not gender roles. Gender roles is a bit of a weird way to put it, but it doesn't have female characters acting like women or have male characters acting like men. It does a thing where it has bizarre characters. Like, I would say the little sister is like a bizarre character. She doesn't act girly, but she instead is like a bit of a, a anti-trope, I guess. Like, it's a younger sister girl, but she's not interested in dolls and Barbies, but black magic, right? And that's kind of one weird character. And then you've got the mum, who doesn't act like a mum at all. She basically hates her kids. It's pretty crazy, but she doesn't help her kids a single time in the entire show. She's just absolutely horrible to them. She doesn't care what they're doing at any point, while they're consistently getting in massive amounts of danger. And she doesn't care about... She basically, all she does in the show is focus on herself and her own profits and her own emotions. And her kids are just getting up to the most dangerous activities you can think of. Because that's kind of the vibe of the show. It's a character-focused kind of problems happen, characters deal with it kind of show. And there's basically no character development at all. But the mum is particularly bad. It's terrible. She's basically the opposite of what you think a mother would be. She's basically... The brother, the useless brother, acts more like a mother than she does. Because she... At least he actually consistently is with the kids. Yeah. Actually, I'll give you an example. So in the show, the mother... when has a problem with Abatha, who's like basically the third child, but there's a bit of plot to him, I'll tell you later, but she says that he's basically a child, and she proceeds to lock him in the trunk when he's being annoying on the outside, because she doesn't want to be seen with him in the passenger seat, stuck in the car, locked in the car, because it's bad. So she instead locks him in the trunk, which is excellent. And she also chains him to a wall. Yeah, she puts a chain, like a handcuffs on him, and ties him to the wall because he was being annoying. Yeah, so she's not the nicest of women. But this is all happening to basically one of her family members. She's doing this to him. And this is basically the only time she interacts with any of her kids, basically, is chaining them to walls. But there's a second thing she does as well. She consistently gets saved by her kids, and she consistently never says thank you. So there's a bit where she's falling from the roof due to her own stupidity, and she gets saved by her younger daughter. And her reaction is like, can't believe that worked. Good work. Not like, but like, it's not really a moment of, you saved me from my own problems, I feel bad for what I did. It's instead like that's shocking. I should have known because I'm the smart one. Yeah, but she's basically the most insufferable character in the whole show. And she's the main character, and supposed to be a moral backbone of the show, She's like the neutral ground, is what she's supposed to be. Where she isn't crazy at all, but she's actually the most crazy out of all of them. And then, it's terrible. It's also really ADHD. It's like things just... It feels like it's in 2 times speed. Things just happen, into happen. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's in your face all the time, and it honestly hurts my head a little bit. And it's very annoying. And there's no jokes. There's not really anything that funny. All the jokes are really just making fun of people, but it's not really making fun of people. Actually, making fun of people is usually funny. In this show, they don't actually make fun of anybody. It's always the male characters making fun of themselves for their own problems. It's the male characters going, haha, yeah, I'm weird. I'm a weird guy. Laugh. Please laugh at me. Is the only joke they know how to make. And it happens at least 20 times per episode, it feels like. It's just jokes about them being them. It's ridiculous. It's like the brother is a main one. He's like, oh, I need to help myself. This is for me, to the other kids. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just doing this for myself. Huh, I'm a terrible person. Yeah, and that's a joke. And there's another part where they chain up some random guy because he looks ugly, I guess. He looks like but like they chain him up because they think he's a werewolf. And when they're pressing him and asking him questions, he says that he like breeds huskies, like he's a husky breeder. And they make the moment to make fun of him for saying husky breeder, like he breeds with the animals. And it's like, dude, why are you just attacking these guys for no reason, man? But it feels like it's always, the jokes are never targeted at anything wrong. It's always jokes making fun of themselves for their own kind of quirks. But it's just a bad way of doing it, to be honest. Like, it's like if Homer kept saying, "Oh man, because I'm a fat man. Fat. I can't do things because I'm fat." Like, that's not funny. It's just sad. It's just really sad. It's like, why would Homer make fun of him being fat? Like, he's obviously accepted it. But these guys just haven't. They're still like in the accepting period where they just feel bad for themselves. And it's such a feels bad thing to watch, man. It's a show made by women, 100%. This is what happens when you get a show made by women. All the male characters are these emotional, I don't know what's happening, my life is in ruins kind of people. And all the women are like, no emotions, stone cold. This is the way it's going to be because I said it. Oh man, things didn't go my way. That just means that someone else did something wrong. But it's just a terrible direction that shows are going in. Oh, yeah, it's straight shocking. But that's basically all I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I should mention about like the Abatha character in the show. I mean, the show doesn't just have bad writing of its characters and has female kind of virtue signaling. Well, not virtue signaling, just women are just bad at writing in general. And it doesn't just mean the characters, because the show is actually just terribly paced. There's a kid named Abatha who is just a kid that's been possessed by a demon. And he has no powers. He's just basically an immortal kid. It's basically how it is. Who doesn't know normal manners or anything. But he is not introduced at the start of the show. He is just slapped into your face. He's like, oh yeah, this guy's here. Oh, he's a demon. And it's not explained at all until the 4th episode is when he gets any explanation of how he got here and what's his deal. And guess what? It's not even a good explanation, because the explanation is it conflicts with his character. But yeah, it's bad writing met with bad writing, and yeah, that just leads to no backbone characters. Everyone is really immoral. It feels like this show where it's like the creators wanted you to take away as little message as possible. It's like when they close in on a positive message at the end of an episode, they grab it and they strangle it and make sure there's no positive messaging at all. It's all negative messaging. It's all you
should do this, and it's not that bad if you have a bunch of friends over and they have an orgy. That's fine. Don't worry about that. It's like, you're just young, you know, things happen. The show doesn't, it has no messaging at all. The show doesn't know what it's doing. Which is because it's made by a whole bunch of divorced 30-year-old, 40-year-old women with like 20 plus body count. And have no moral standings whatsoever. That's what it feels like. Yeah, so calling out the writers of Haunted Hotel, if you're watching this right now, maybe lay off the Tylenol. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.